Are you looking at a new machine, or have you recently purchased a new CNC machine? If so, one, congratulations. That's always super exciting. I loved being on the shop floor and having a new machine arriving. Two, I'm going to consider some points for you to consider while you await the arrival of this machine or while you're during the planning stages so that you can leave no stone left unturned. You may have already considered all of these, or you may uncover one, so keep watching. There's 7 points I'm going to suggest for you to consider. Of course, this is all based on my own experience, both as a journeyman machinist and a manufacturing technology specialist over the last 2 decades in manufacturing. The first thing I'm going to suggest that you consider is work holding. How are you going to hold the parts? It's quite tempting in these situations with a new machine tool coming in that you're going to just duplicate what you've already been doing because, it's not broke, so don't fix it. However, this is a great opportunity for a couple reasons. First reason being that you can get extra discounts on your work holding with the purchase of a new machine tool from most distributors. The second opportunity is that you can start from scratch with a system that better suits your needs instead of sinking money into an old system that may not support it. If you're not considering 0 point, seriously, think again. 0 point creates the possibility of having near 90% spindle uptime or greater with some finessing. This would be an absolute blunder not to consider with a new machine tool on the way. Of course, this is more applicable to your standard vertical mills, horizontal mills, and 5-axis plus milling centers. However, there are still other work holding automation solutions available for your turning and multi-axis systems that should be weighed and not simply duplicate what you already have just because it's working. The second is tool holding. Now, if you're in that first example group of, your 3-axis, 4-axis, 5-axis milling centers, how you're holding the tool is going to make the difference. It's not uncommon to see people drop lots of money on collet chucks. They have their place. But if you're going into production with a common tool set, which I would highly recommend, then finding more rigid solutions like hydraulic holders or shrink fit system and starting from scratch with the right tool holding instead of having to invest twice is going to open up a lot of opportunities when it comes to competing in today's global market. Next would be programming strategy. Again, we really just want to copy and duplicate what's already working in the shop. I get it. You've got so much on your plate. It's so much easier just to copy what's already working, whatever that looks like. However, as you're looking over your work holding and your tool holding, considering your programming strategy, because this is a great time to bring in updated techniques that will better suit a 0 point system and your common tooling strategies that you're looking at. Automation. Now, as you're investing into your 0 point solution and the new tool holding, considering how you're going to automate the cell, whether it's now at the point of investment or later, I get it. It's capital expenditure. It's not an easy investment. Ensuring that you plan in future automation is going to be key to your long-term success and lasting power in manufacturing. Typically, companies that are not currently considering automation are really contemplating shutting down. Your metalworking fluid. Again, right? There's a theme here. We just really want to copy what we already have. We don't go to look. There's so much to consider in a machine tool purchase in the first place, and there's a lot of time invested in that consideration. I get it. However, if you're not looking at your metalworking fluid to see what's out there to improve your part processing, your tool life, your workflow, your spindle uptime, reducing your downtime from unplanned maintenance, all of these features, well, they're going to help you in the long run. Consider your metalworking fluid. Material grouping. Now, some shops, as they invest into new equipment, may group materials between different machines. So they will invest in another piece of machinery to simply dedicate it to one type of material, reducing cross-contamination and possible issues down the road. It also allows them to have common tooling that's specialized to that material group instead of a general tool selection. Common tooling. I've alluded to this in the programming mention. Common tooling is one of the ways to really reduce the amount of time it takes to get from programming to putting it on the machine. Combining that with your 0 point system, then you have your common tooling, and then you have your programming strategies strategies that have been updated to consider your new advances. That's really a trifecta of perfection when it comes to metalworking. Something I did totally skip over. This also applies for turning centers when you're looking at tooling. Investing in a system like the Sandvik Capto system saves so much time, reducing that downtime. They really save you so much time when it comes to changing over jobs, and the rigidity that's offered by a Capto connection cannot be beat. A bonus feature here, I've already given you these 7 points for consideration. One more bonus that's coming to me as I record this video is to look at your standard operating procedures. As you're investing in new work holding, new tool holding, programming strategies, metalworking fluids, creating standard operating procedures from scratch is going to allow you to update them to reflect what works, and then copy that and update your other machining cells should you be putting this into a shop that already has machines existing in it. Working with companies to tool up and outfit their new machines is something I love because it creates so many possibilities for them to make more money, increase spindle uptime, and that really translates to being more competitive, creating more jobs within their own companies within this global economy. Right now, as everyone's speeding up, a lot of people are looking and buying new machine tools, and I don't want you to enter into that without considering these 7 points. Thanks so much for your time invested to watch this all the way through and hear my 7 points and the one bonus. You're up to big things in this world, and I appreciate the investment of time you've given me. Until next time, keep your spindles turning and earning.